Hello, hello. My name is Pius Mushiri Mugo, and I'm the Managing Director of Nabo Capital. What do I do at Nabo Capital? It's a very simple thing. We are in the business of making people wealthy. So welcome to my class in session on investing with purpose. Let's have some fun.
Talking about dollar passive income, I've got a question here.
Yes.
This one I'm passionate about because I have heard you talk about the money market fund that you have, and even when you showed it to me, you showed me the dollar option. And I was and at that time I didn't really understand. And in the last year, what the dollar has done, as somebody who earns some revenue in dollars. Or in foreign currency, euros, let me add, I've seen month on month increase. It's like my salary is being added just because of the change in
exchange rate.
In exchange rate. And it's made me say, what do you call this thing? Earning in a different currency it's
critical.
It's critical.
It's critical.
It's critical. So I want us to enter a bit of a more technical conversation. We're going deeper and deeper and deeper. We started with people. And this is the first thing. Let's talk about compounding interest. In fact, let me ask the question, and then we're going to enter money market, and then we're going to enter into foreign exchange. So my first question is, can you explain how compound interest works and its impact on long-term financial growth? Let's start there, then I'll ask the next ones.
The best way to explain compounding interest, because already if you're just saying compounding interest, it sounds like I've entered into financial jargon.
Exactly.
So let me explain it in layman language or with an example. I like asking people when I meet them, if I gave you two options. One, I give you 1 million shillings and you walk away. Or I give you 0.01 shillings or 1 cent that doubles every day for 31 days. Which one will you take? Let me repeat. I give you 1 million shillings, you walk away. You remember money on the box?
Yeah.
Here is 1 million, Bob. Have it, run. It is yours. Or I give you 1 cent or 0.01 shilling.
Yes.
That doubles every day. And it stops doubling on the 31st day. Which one will you walk away with? And majority of the people always say 1 million, Bob. I mean, there is no way a cent, ndururu in Swahili, can get to 1 million shillings. And that's really the underlying question. How much will the ndururu or the 0.01 shilling or the 1 cent, how much will it be on the 31st day? The shocking thing is that it is actually going to be, if I remember correctly, 21.47 million shillings. 21.47 million shillings.
Okay, I thought you were going to tell me like 4.
No.
21.
21.4 million shillings.
From 1 cent, 2 cent, 4 cent.
Yes.
8.
On the 31st day, it will be 21.47 million shillings.
That is beautiful.
Now, why you're shocked is because you have just experienced the power of compounding.
Yes.
Because the interest is producing more interest, and the fruit is producing fruit, and another fruit those fruits are producing more fruits. So it completely is uncomparable to 1 million shilling after some point. Now, this is also the other thing. If you do it day by day and you see up to the 31st day, you'll notice, and you even do a graph, you'll notice the graph starts very slowly. Then at some point, it just goes like this.
Yeah.
We call it hockey stick. It grows exponentially. Because if today is the day 31st, yesterday it means it was what? It was how much?
Half.
From 21. Half of 21.47, it was 10 point something.
Yeah.
and the day before.
5.0.
Can you see
That
how
change.
every day
Yeah.
makes such a big difference?
Mm.
The power of compounding. Now, the compounding, the thing with investment, when you're experiencing this compounding, it feels like you're doing nothing initially. And then the power really kicks in when the fruits start producing more fruits.
Mm.
As the years go by, it becomes insane.
Mm.
Centum, 2008, when James Moore was appointed CEO, had a balance sheet of 6 billion shillings after having been in existence for 40 years.
Wow.
We did a strategy, did research, put together numbers, and was so convinced that in 5 years, by 2014, the company was going to be at 30 billion without raising additional capital. From 6 to 30 in 5 years, having become 6 billion over 40 years. And we did crazy compounding. We were investing. I remember there is one place we invested, there is one investment I made in Tanzania. 800 million came back with 3.3 billion. Another one in Rwanda, put 40 million, came back with 256 million. Another one in Ghana, put 300 million, came back with 900 million. It was just, so I was moving money here, you've multiplied, move it somewhere else, it multiplies, moving there, it multiplies, compounding. Guess what? By 31st of March, 2014, we were at 29 billion. We missed the target by $1 billion. Power of compounding.
Mm.
Now, this is not just an institutional story. This is what we see every day in our client portfolios.
Mm.
We see, even then they're shocked. Oh my God, I did not believe that I could be. There's one of my friends. He was working outside the country. He called me, said, Paz, how much money do I need to open an account with you? I said, $1 million. He said, I don't have $1 million. I asked him, how much do you have? He said, I have 20,000 bob. I told him, I'm going to make an exception. I'm going to open an account in Abo for you with 20,000 bob, as long as you promise me one thing. You put money in that account every month. It is your money, not my money. Put that money in. Commit to put some money in that account every month. And the guy started putting money, and money grew. He started putting 100,000. It was just crazy. The last time I met him, the account was over 7 million shillings. This is a guy who said he has only 20,000. He doesn't have $1 million. And now it has affected his entire life.
Completely.
This is after paying out other things. Yeah? So if we didn't pay out, it would be over 10 million. Yeah? And the stories continue. The power of compounding. The power of compounding. So compounding is when you invest and your principal produces income, and that income is reinvested and it produces income, and that new income and the old income are reinvested, and they keep producing first,
So you
fourth,
put
second,
in,
third, fifth generation of returns.
give an example of you put in 100,000. So what after a month, let's say it gives you an interest of whatever it is, even if it's just 1,000 shillings. Now you have 101,000 shillings for the next month. That's reinvested. Okay. So this time it's not giving you back a 1,000 shillings, it's giving you 1,050 bob. That's reinvested. I get it.
So the profits keeps producing, and new profits keep. So you have multiple generations of profits because they're producing for each other. Every shilling produces a child.
Okay.
So that's the compounding explained. It's actually called the eighth wonder of the world. Yeah.
With that same question, then I can ask now the next question. The big fight between putting money in a bank account and money market fund. What is an MMF, money market fund?
That's a good question, and but allow me to really explain this a little bit with a bit more broadness.
No problem.
Because what I see when people come to us, they don't understand how the financial system works. They can't distinguish a bank, insurance company, SACCO, and an investment company like ourselves. Why does a bank exist? A bank exists for one and one reason only: to help us to exchange transactions. You cannot transact any business without a bank account. I can't pay school fees without a bank account, unless you're doing money shenanigans, which is very difficult to do nowadays, So the basic existence of a bank is transaction. So the money that should sit in your bank account should be transactional money only. The money that you need to pay others. Let's go to an insurance company. Why does an insurance company exist? An insurance company exists to mitigate risk. When a risk takes place, the insurance steps in to indemnify you or restore you to where you were before the risk crystallized. Not to make you rich, to restore you to where you were before. So, how does the insurance company make money? It makes money when they insure you and your risk does not crystallize.
Yes.
How does a bank make money? A bank makes money when you give them when you have your money there, which is earning less than what they are using it for. They earn the spread. Okay? They invest in a bond, they make 14%, you get 6%. The rest goes to them. That's why you can never go and ask a bank, what did you do with my money? You'll be chased away.
Yep.
Yeah. The third one is a SACCO. SACCOs are the creation of the inefficiencies of a financial system or the banking system, because the banks previously, especially in Africa, were out to serve multinationals and corporations. So individuals like ourselves never felt welcomed in a bank, in banking halls, unless you are a great man, So it is the equity banks and especially Equity Bank that have changed the narrative of banking. Yeah, and other countries are also going through the same thing. So if you needed money to do anything, to borrow, it was very difficult to borrow from the banks. Banks were just giving money to government and very secure institutions.
And high net worth individuals.
Very high net worth individuals. So SACCOs were formed so that they can become a place where you can have communal lending. We can de-risk each other. I know Richard. So when Richard is borrowing, I go and guarantee him. If Richard doesn't pay, I will pay. Or three of us, we guarantee you. If Richard doesn't pay, we will pay. So we de-risk you, and therefore, you borrow from our money also. So it's like a merry-go-round, kind of. That is happening there. So if you're in a SACCO and you're not borrowing, then you are not benefiting from it. SACCOs are not meant to be investment vehicles. Even the regulations are not for investing. I know I am messing with very many people when I say this. The regulations for SACCOs are not out to protect investors. They're to protect members who have this thinking, Then come to investment companies, like the ones, especially the ones which are regulated by Capital Markets Authority.
Mm.
Yeah, then this is where, if you want to invest money, that's where you put money, because the regulations are specifically to protect investors.
Mm.
Specifically to protect investors. Now, let's come back to your question. Money market
And bank
versus
account.
a bank account.
I get you. Yeah, I even feel like I can answer it. Teacher me.
So, a bank account is a place where you put money for transacting.
Yes.
A money market is a place where you you park money
For investment. To grow it.
You park money for investing as you come up with a long-term plan on how to invest it. So the key word is parking. You park the money for a short period of time to earn more money. Because
as you park, it is still playing around with that word compound.
Yes.
It is doing things.
Yes, it is doing things. Because a bank account, most on average, will earn you less than a money market account. You see, a bank account there's a current account. A current account earns you nothing. A call, the lowest form of earning you can get in a bank is a call account. And now, if you put money in on a call, it means you earn very little, because the bank doesn't know when you will come for their money. So you can earn 2%. In money market, and then you also have to negotiate for it. A money market, you don't need to negotiate anything. As long as you put money in a money market account, you automatically earn the return that is in that portfolio. Now, another distinctive factor is, when you put money in a bank, that money ceases to be yours, it becomes the bank's money. And that is why, when you look at the balance sheet of a bank account, of a bank, you will see your deposits in that balance sheet. When you put money in an investment account, or in an investment through an investment firm like NABO, you will never see that money in the balance sheet of NABO. Because that money is identified as the customer's money, as your money, and is separated from NABO's money. Therefore, if you look at the balance sheet of an investment company and the balance sheet of a bank, the balance sheet of a bank is normally very big. But the balance sheet of the largest investment company is very small, because it does not include customer balances. That takes us to another point. If a bank goes under, we say it is taken over by a receiver manager, because it is going concern now is in question. The receiver manager is like the undertaker, the funeral undertaker, like the undertaker of companies. When they step in, they do not distinguish which one was customer deposit and which one was the shareholders' money. All of it is considered to be the bank's property. So anyone who was a depositor, like for example with Chase Bank, we literally had lost the money. When a bank goes under, it goes under with your money. On this other side, when an investment company that is regulated by CMA goes under, it should not go under with your money, because your money is separated from the investment company. And it is because your money is held in a custody account. The regulator will only appoint another fund manager, and you will continue.
Okay.
That's another big distinction. So the money in a bank, when you put money in a bank, it doesn't go into a custody. When you put money in NABO, it goes to a custody, separate from NABO. Meaning, when there is a problem, we can separate money that is in the custody and the money that was for NABO.
Okay.
So if tomorrow...
To play devil's advocate,
yes.
Has that always happened, or are there cases where investors' money has been lost by the investment company?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because, remember, what does the bank do with your money? They invest. Isn't it? What does the investment company do with the money? They invest. The only difference that the bank tells you, you will earn 2%. Whether they make that money or lose that money, they must pay you what? 2%. 2%. And that's why they use the word guarantee. Even though in its truest form, in investment we say there is nothing called like guarantee. Yeah. Because nobody knows about the future. The investment company, because they also invest, they can also make losses. But when they make losses, now the losses are attributable to the...
The ups and downs are with you.
The ups and downs are with the client. The ups and downs in a bank environment are not with the client, because they give you the smallest, the lowest return possible to cover their risk. Yep. You get it? But on this other side, you get the highest upside. Even if you make 100%, you still get 100%. Okay. Yeah. So yes, the only way you can lose money in an investment environment is through loss of investment, which happens on either side. Yeah.
I think another thing to mention is withdrawal times. Speed of withdrawal.
Speed of withdrawal. So the other thing is a bank account, like a call. You see also a bank has to sell products. A bank account, either in a call or a fixed deposit or in a
current account savings.
In a current account. In current account, you earn nothing. You can withdraw that money anytime. If the money is on call, you can also call it, but you also earn the lowest return. If the money is in a fixed deposit for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, if you break the call, you lose the interest. So there is a penalty. Very serious penalty. So there is a cost. So speed of accessing your money is very fast in the bank for a call and for a current account. For fixed deposit, you can also get it, but remember, you lose your interest. In a money market situation, you can call your money anytime and you will not lose your interest. You will earn the interest for as long as you have held that money in that money market account. But you will not get it instantly. Most of the fund managers will give you money within 48 hours. And this is very important, because we do not want a money market account to be the same as a bank account. A bank account, when you are out there on a Friday having a good time and you run out of money, you can withdraw from the bank account and continue having fun with you. But remember, the money is transactional. Money market account is about your future. You do not. You've already said, I don't want to spend this money. I'm separating. I'm removing it from the bank. So we do not also want you to access the money so easily that when you recover from a hangover the following day, you start saying, oh man, why did I invade my savings, my investments? So most of the people are very happy when they wake up the following day and say, you know what, I'm so happy that I could not access my money market. Yeah.
But or even I found other ways to deal with this emergency.
They always find new ways. So most of our customers will come and tell us, hey, this investment that I have with you is the last tree that I shake when I need money. And that is the place of investment. Investment is about delayed gratification. And we cannot, if we change that, we become a bank.
I like it.
Yeah, but it is safe to say this. I won't say this very controversial statement, but it is true.
Say it.
A money market account is safer than a bank account for several reasons. When a bank goes under, it goes under with your money. No doubt about it. And it is not some money, all the money. In Kenya, the Deposit Protection Fund only says it will refund customers up to $1 million.
Yes, less than $1 million.
Up to $1 million. So if you had $1 billion, what is $1 million compared to $1 billion? That's what was facing us during Chase Bank. And this statement, by the way, I'm saying, I started saying it from the day we experienced Chase Bank. Because it was, oh my God, this is the truth. You know, this is the reality. So when a bank goes down, it goes down with all your money. And you can only recover a very limited amount of money to use the deposit insurance route. Mm. On this other side, number one, if an investment, a fund manager goes under, that there is separation of money. So ideally, you should not have any loss of money. Mm. Absolutely, you should have no loss of money. The only way you can lose money in a money market account is when a bank goes under and that money market fund was exposed to that bank.
Okay.
But the regulations limit us how much money we can put in one asset or one investment. We are allowed to invest up to 25% in one institution or one issuer. So if at all that money market fund had invested in Chase Bank to the extent of 25%, then you lose 25%.
Not the 75.
Not the 75 will still be there. So again, another level of safeguarding. Yeah. So number one is your money sits in a custody account. Number two, there are investment guidelines by the regulator to make sure that we are constantly diversified. So you cannot lose all your money. Number three, there are other players who are out there to watch out for the investors. The first one is a trustee. Like now, Nabo Money Market Fund, our trustee is KCB. Trustee. So the work of the trustee is to oversee that we are complying with the promise we've made to the customer and to the regulator. And they check us on a quarterly basis, and we report to them on a quarterly basis. And if they don't do their job, they can be put in front of a court, and they'll be accused very aggressively.
Wow.
So they take their job very seriously. So they are out there to make sure that your money is safe.
Okay, this is powerful. I didn't know about the trustees.
There is a trustee. And then there is also the CMA. CMA also has to come and do regular audits to make sure that your money is safe. Yeah? So they are governing all this. So we have at least 4 levels of defense in a money market. So for a money market fund to completely blow up, it is something. And think about it. When have you ever had in this market a money market fund has blown up?
That's going to be my next question to you. Has there been a time when that's happened?
The only one that recently I remember had a problem was Amana Capital. Amana Capital. And it is because they invested 25% in Nakumat.
Aha.
But you see now they're again 25%.
Okay.
You see? So, but it is not a total collapse the way you wake up and like, oh my God, the bank is gone under. You cannot even, there is no ATM that can work. There is no app that can work, nothing like that.
Money market fund does not also have an ATM, just for that.
And money market does not have an ATM. Yes. Very strategic.
Yes.
Very strategic. So, and this is not a Kenyan issue. This is a global issue. Even during the financial crisis, we did not see money market funds collapsing, except I think there was one, but it was not it didn't blow up like the banks. Banks were collapsing. So for a money market fund to collapse, completely collapse, the entire financial system has collapsed.
Wow.
Entire financial system has collapsed.
Okay.
So again, I say, a money market fund is safer than a bank account. Without controversy. Without controversy. And yet, it earns higher than a bank account.
True that.
So from a risk-adjusted return, a money market fund makes a lot of sense. I actually don't understand. Let me say, I understand. The reason why people don't have a money market account is because they don't know.
But now they know.
And that's what we are out there to make sure everybody knows. Everybody should have a money market account. If you have a bank account, you must have a money market account.
And if somebody
and
wants...
And that is where you pay yourself first.
That is where you pay yourself first.
Yes. So for me and my family, every time we
some inflows
come in, we pay ourselves first, sweep it to Nabu Money Market Fund. And I love it because I don't have to call like in a bank and say, can you give me 6%? Can you give me 5%? No. I just sweep it. The moment it arrives, it starts earning.